morning show. We're on the air at 9 o'clock on every weekday night, taking calls about the Jazz.
Hello, good evening and welcome. Welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Fox, here on the panels, the one and only Bridgeman, and Big Stevie for the drum. Evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Can I say a big good evening to you boys in the panel? Huge good evening to the guys in the lobby and to all the Rangers fans listening in all over the world. Good evening and welcome to Rangers Radio.
Just to let you know, Stevie, that Bridge wanted you Stevie Terry drum so we could call you STD.
Oh dear. Maybe in my younger days.
How we doing? How we doing, mate? No spoke to you for a couple of days. Thoughts on the last couple of games, mate?
Well, I think we're doing great. I must be honest. You know, we've not had really swagger flash performances, but when you look back, I mean, I'm happy over the piece. But I mean, we played Porto off the field in the second half, the European tie. We won the Great Tynecastle, if we can start with that. I didn't think we played well at all the field. But when we went to Porto, I think a wee bit, I mean, that game at Tynecastle was forgotten about a wee bit. I actually thought we were brilliant again. You'll not see a better pass in Europe this season, I don't think, than that ball Barisic sent in for Morelos, and the finish was absolutely sublime. And then you go into Sunday there. That was a hard-fought 3 points, and it's maybe a game, and I don't want to keep going out all grunt, but it was maybe a game that we wouldn't have won last year. You've got to give a bit of credit to Motherwell. They actually played, I think, at one point with two up front, didn't they? And I thought that they played to their strengths, no high ball and their physicality, but at the end of the day, it's 3 points what matters, and it was a good battling team performance. So, well, the Peacocks, I'm pretty happy. I'm a happy bear, and I think tomorrow night, before you get into it, I would do a Bridgeman. I'd be happy with a 1-0.
I get that, mate. I mean, look, we're wanting performances, and we're quite selfish, Bridgeman. We want performances. We want 3 and 4 goals, but in reality, that doesn't happen every week, does it?
No, it does not. It does not. I think Big Stevie's summing up the situations vis-a-vis the football from the Hearts game through the Porto to Sunday. Pretty cool. Pretty spot on as well, Stevie. Well done. I do think that we have got over. I think the Hearts game was the sorest one for us. We should have murdered them, but we didn't. But we managed to get back into the league and get the 3 points off of Motherwell, and I thought it was well deserved, to be honest with you. And it's onwards and upwards. And I just feel that Rangers and all us fans, we deserve a bit better than sometimes that we're watching, you know. But we're going to go on. Tomorrow night's going to be absolutely massive for us. Absolutely massive.
The trouble is, Bridge, I mean, you turn up and it's a game. The other team on there just to set themselves up so we
can score goals. Oh God, no. No, you're right. You're right, absolutely.
They've got their own job and their own pride today. I mean, I didn't enjoy watching Motherwell. I don't like that style of football. But what I'm going to say is they were well coached and well organised.
Certainly were, and they were. Let's be quite blunt about it in a certain extent. They were up for the game.
Yes.
They brought their game. They brought their best game, and we eventually outplayed them. I thought we outplayed them for big chunks of the game anyway. We just couldn't put the ball in the net. But eventually we got the victory, and it was hard worked, hard won, and we need to be able to, as we go forward, we need to be able to up our game to be able to sort of face up to these tough games and go on with it. And that was one for the boys there on Sunday. Great stuff.
I mean, Stevie will take 1-0, and it's he's on 28 points, you know, and obviously we can't control what other teams do. We've just got to look after ourselves, Stevie, yeah?
100%. And see, just get back on what I was saying there, although I give Motherwell a bit of credit, Ox, their tactics regarding the length of time they took by kicks and throw-ins was absolutely disgusting, man. It was ruining the game at one point. You know, it was nearly a minute every time to take a throw-in. And it was just that I was growing hair, never mind ripping it out. I just thought their tactics there was absolutely terrible, but let's be honest, you're going to expect that for teams, aren't you? That's what we're talking about. We're ready for that. You look at, I mean, tomorrow night's going to just be very much the same. You know, it's going to be a right tough tie up there. If you think it's cold down here, I wonder what it's like up there, you know. So, Rangers, to me, tomorrow, if they grind out a wee 1-0, I will be more than delighted tomorrow. A wee Morelos finish will do me lovely.
It's hard to argue with that, mate, because it's all about points. You know, 3 maximum points, Bridget.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think us going away from home, obviously things get tougher and tougher, don't they? The tighter games, 3 days rest, things like that. All these things can mount up on us. I hope we don't run out of players. I just hope everybody's up for it and are fit enough to go there. Because it's a tough wee place to go. And invariably, it's a tough wee game. I have to say this, that there's not very many teams playing in our league that are going to lie down for the Rangers. They're not going to lie down for them. They're going to get stuck right into them because that's their cup final. To a lot of these places, it's their cup final.
There's only one team in our league lies down to teams, mate.
Which one?
Oh, you can think I can't possibly comment.
Of course, pal. Really and truly.
But listen, we'll get an idea of it. We're maybe setting up tomorrow night. I think we'll get an interview. I think it's Craig Stewart, I believe, in Gary McAllister. Is that right? Am I right? I think I'm right when I say that. Anyway, I might be wrong. It's definitely Gary McAllister. Let's hear from the assistant boss, and we'll see what clue we get for the setup tomorrow night.
Okay, first of all, how's your squad for the game midweek?
We've got a few little doubts. A few of the players took some heavy blows against Motherwell at the weekend. Alan McGregor landed awkwardly. Brandon Barker was the same. You know, it was a very strong challenge and sort of nearly spun over. Landed a bit awkward on his shoulder. So those two, Ryan Kent's somebody we're managing, you know, from his previous injury. Apart from that, we're good, but we're hopeful with the two lads I mentioned.
The manager spoke after the game regarding some of the criticism that's come with James Tavernier his way. How pleased are you with the response that James has spoken since he said, look, it's up to him to lead by example? That's his role as captain. Are you pleased with that response?
Absolutely. You know, we've got a lot of faith. We know the guy's strength of character. I've got to say, from the minute we arrived here, you know, he's been particularly outstanding. Very robust. I want to touch wood here. He's hardly missed a training session. He's been available for nearly every game, and that's something, you know, that you've got to be able to produce that when you wear the armband. You know, somebody that's reliable. You know, that he's come in for a wee bits of criticism, but he can cope. It's part and parcel. It goes with the territory.
You were captain club and country. What are the challenges of that role?
Backing yourself, always trusting your own ability. You know, knowing that you've got good teammates behind you as well, and you know, and as a management staff, you know, we fully trust the guy. You know, so he's got our full backing. You know, I'm sure the fans will get behind him. He's a player that's very pivotal and influential in our tactic and discipline. So he's a top player.
You had some difficult moments at captain at obviously international level.
Yeah.
How did you deal with that challenge, and how should he deal with that? Because it can't be easy at times. You feel your own supporters aren't buying into you, I guess.
No, I've had similar circumstances. But the thing is, you can use that. You can use the criticism as a wee bit of an incentive to maybe show people, you know, he's working extremely hard. But if you can show that you're, you know, to your teammates and your fans that you're grafting for the jersey, he'll soon win them back. And I'm sure he's won them back already.
So on the weekend at Arsenal, Granit Xhaka, the captain, yes. It all kind of unravelled. Sometimes the captain, you have to keep your emotions.
Absolutely. You know, I think Granit would certainly put his hand up and say that he's made a mistake, and I'm sure there will be an apology. It'd be the right thing to do. An experienced international footballer, quality footballer, sometimes it's, you know, there's pressurised situations, you know, and on this occasion he could have dealt with it better.
If there's a penalty to be taken tomorrow night, will James take it?
I will not be telling Ross County who's taking their penalties, I'm afraid. The situation has been spoken about, obviously, but I'm not going to have anything away. Time will tell.
Dingwall will be something a bit different for the majority of players. James might be the only one that's not played up with Rangers.
Well, the similarities of Dingwall, you would say St Mirren, Livy, Hamilton, although they're both plastic pitches, the surface at Dingwall, I've been up there in previous work with the television. It's a great pitch, and Roy McGregor up at Ross County has always invested pretty heavily on the pitch, because of the extreme weather conditions. The pitch always plays very well, and that suits us.
Domestically, how big a lump is this for you, given that all your games in November are away from home?
We're away. We're aware that the games are away, but I've got to say, since the start of the season, we've been looking at blocks of games in months, and looking at putting little games together. At Rangers, it just always seems to be an important month. So what we've got to try and do is just treat each game in a wee bit of isolation. Not look too far ahead. Just deal with what's in front of us.
I know Stephen spoke about it in the past, but just in terms of how crucial is it that the squad depth is used in this month? Because there are so many games, plus the European games. Does this where the whole bulk of the squad?
I think the recruitment in the summer we're really pleased with it. We have got a very strong squad, but I'd also like to go over the fact that we don't want to make too much change. Be it we're very much aware that we've got players who probably need minutes, players who maybe need to be taken out, but we don't want to make too much change, because that can work against you.
Gary, you managed to put your finger why the team started a bit slower the last 2 league games, and how do you go and make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, I would agree with it. We started a wee bit slow against Hearts. We definitely did that. I thought against Motherwell, I didn't see that, although we went a goal behind, but I would say by the end of the game, I thought we deserved to get the 3 points against Motherwell, but I think we've got to give Motherwell a wee bit of credit. They came and were pretty offensive. They showed a bit of bravery by playing 2 forwards. Very few teams do that. So maybe the game against Motherwell and parts of it were due to the fact that Motherwell made it difficult.
Derek, how impressed have you been with Felipe Lander in the last 2 games?
Yeah, I think you're seeing a player that obviously gets Serie A experience, but also he's a proven international. And I think that's pop. You can see that popping out your screens if you're watching on TV or if you're at the games. I thought he was outstanding in Portugal. Handled McGregor really well. A player who's been linked to a lot of clubs in the Premier League. And then again at the weekend, he showed his strengths. So we've waited. We've given him an opportunity to look at our games, to look at the physicality that's within the league. I think he's coming to terms with it now.
Lander's goal obviously came from a corner. I think that's 6 you've scored now in the league this season, 1 more than the whole of last season. Was that something you wanted to work on in summer? Do you know
what? It's something we work on diligently all the time. Tom Culture takes care of the set pieces. We spend a lot of time on delivery, movements, little bits of cleverness to try and outfox the opponent, but maybe we're getting what we deserve because there's a lot of time spent on the training ground, practice.
I know that's maybe 3 or 4 games where it's getting the 4 and helps you get over the line. Do you just view it as 3 points is 3 points, or would you rather be breaking teams down and relying on set pieces? Or?
Listen, a lot of games right at the top level of football are decided with set pieces. It's important that you do spend time practicing. Of course, we want to perform at our highest. We want to score nice goals. We want to play little combinations. We want to score goals from 25 yards. This guy's capable of doing. But if we're going to win games with set pieces, that's a big plus.
Craig, what advice would you have for your teammates ahead of a midweek trip to Dingwall?
We're going to prepare properly, just like every other game. We go up there, we know it's going to be difficult. They've came off they were getting beat 2-0 at the weekend and they've came back, so they'll be full of confidence. We're getting a draw away at Easter Road. But it's just the usual for us, just prepare properly.
How settled in do you feel now? Do you feel part of the group, making a contribution there?
Since I've came in, all the boys have welcomed me well, the coaching staff as well. All the boys, we all know our jobs. We're drilled well in training every day with the coaching staff. So everyone now, it's been I think 4 months since I've came, and everyone knows our drill.
Gary was speaking about the sort of squad situation. Do you all appreciate the role you have to play? Sometimes you may not start, sometimes it may be a role for bench. You kind of content with that a lot.
some games don't suit a certain player or a certain opponent. Someone else it suits them. The squad's big enough. We've got a lot of good players, different type of players for different games, and it's worked well so far.
Greg, what's it like on the training ground? You guys were speaking about the squad depth. When you have so many good players in a similar position to you, just what does that do for you in the training ground when you look to your left and your right and you see, this quality of player that you're up against in terms of team selection?
You certainly need to work really hard, or you won't find yourself in the squad. But every one of the boys have been working hard, which has been good for everyone. Everyone trains well. There's a lot of quality in the squad as well. And as I say again, the coaching staff have got the way we want to play drilled into us, and the boys have took that on board.
What was the biggest thing you had to adjust to? Obviously, you come to the fore in the last 5 or 6 weeks. What did you have to kind of adjust to make sure you're getting into the team?
Just getting to the way we want to play. Just obviously, it's a new player coming into a new team, a lot of new faces. It's just getting used to the way we want to play. And I felt like in the last coming weeks I've been starting to do that. Obviously, it's good contributing to the team, but as long as you work hard every day in training, then you hope that comes out in games.
Gareth, can I ask you briefly, we're kind of experiencing VAR for the first time in England at the moment. Watching on from the sidelines, are you quite grateful that Scotland doesn't have it as of yet?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely. But I'm just hearing this morning that I think they're now agreeing that they're going to go and use the screens at the side of the pitch. I've just no idea why they haven't been using them. So I think there's now an agreement, or they're now decided that the referees will go and use, the screens at the side of the pitch, and I think that's why it's there.
Do you think you would find it difficult to be a player in the current setup with VAR?
Do you know what? When it was first put in place, I was a massive fan, but we're now starting to see the wee difficulties that it's thrown up. I still believe in it, but I just think that the refereeing that particular match should go and use that facility at the side of the pitch.
Is there a danger that the pressure of the crowd, of the coaching staff around them may influence them, or would you coaches have to?
I think we appreciate how difficult a job it is, and we've got to try and help, and that's what VAR was supposed to bring, to make it easier for referees to referee and do their job. So we've got to respect the referees.
Quite happy to sit and watch how it unfolds in Scotland and maybe get over these teething problems before we push things.
Well, that's the advantage of not taking it, immediately. The beauty is now that they will hopefully iron out all these little problems before it lands in Scotland.
Well, thanks for that, Fox. Old school boy. Just come back to the team. Good interview. I enjoy listening to McAllister. He comes across very well, I think. But I think we forget how lucky we have him as our assistant. Stevie.
100%. The guy talks a lot of sense. He's an old fox when it comes to them asking silly questions. I mean, asking who's going to take the penalties and talking about Tav and try to upset the apple cart. That the guy was just too wide for them. And I just think he can't buy experience, and Gary McAllister's got that in abundance, and again, I mean, as you said, we're pretty lucky that we've got guys there that can cope with the press, their problem. I love listening to Gary McAllister. He's just so laid back about everything, but he gives you good answers and he gets straight to the point. And Greg Stewart, normally when they're sitting in the interview, they play, normally they do the press or they play, but I think he will be in there tomorrow night because it's his kind of game, if you ask me. Probably you'll no see Aribo, you'll probably see him, but again, I don't really know. I need to kind of think about what the team's going to be, but again, talking about the press and what you're saying there, I'm well delighted with the management staff and the way they handle the press. They just talk a lot of sense and they're nice about everything. They do what sporting gentlemen should do. They talk about the other team in a nice way, even though we all know what kind of tactics and what they're really about. Integrity is a big part of being part of Rangers, and the guys have got it in abundance. I'm delighted with them.
Yeah, and obviously, Bridgie, he sort of intimated problems, obviously, with the boy Barker. Wasn't it a shot? Even though I think you missed it at the game, didn't you? You missed it.
That's what?
The boy Barker doing the triple somersault and coming
The
down.
triple. No, I didn't. I was down at the room lawn, so it's a bit of distance away, but we were shouting and bawling, screaming. And the referee never even spoke to the guy.
No, did
Never
you know
even
if your
spoke to him.
did you know if your opera glasses on at that time? No.
Opera glasses, no. I didn't know it, no. As you see things, sometimes you see it quite clearly, and other times you're like, what happened there? Did they try to jump out of top of him, or did he wallop him? And you saw it on the television quite clearly. He certainly took the ball, the chap, okay, but the follow through from the side was
Because you take the ball doesn't mean it's not a foul, mate.
I'm saying that, and that under the new rules, the newer rules, it appears that if contact's made to be a player, even though you've taken the ball, the referee can deem it to be a free kick, or even and in that case, it was for me a definite booking, and possibly even a red card, because that was just, to me, it was a shocker. Do you know how I like to say that? But I thought that was a shocker, and you could see it. It was a long way up. He was way over the top of that player, so he's definitely clattered him for the side. And is it Liam Donnelly? Is it Liam Donnelly? His name is. So somewhere along the line, that guy was destined to do the same thing, and he did for most of the game. He did, and it took a long, long time in that game, and a long number of free kicks against him before he got booked. And shocking, just shocking.
Potentially, the boy Barker's not going to make it.
Yeah.
And Alan McGregor, I did not notice that one, Stevie. I don't know if you noticed Alan having when he hurt himself, but obviously he's had a bang.
No, I must admit I didn't. No, I mean, you don't look so much for you don't, have been injured. No, I never seen it. Also, I'd be lying to say I did.
It was either a corner or a free kick, and he came out
the
for
boy left it on him late. Aye,
correct. And that big, the big centre forward of theirs, he came through and he absolutely battered him. He clattered into him. Let's put it that way. And McGregor been doing with some thump, So I'm not surprised there. But he got up, which I'll give him his due. He got up again quickly. But that big fella should have been spoken to. That in any other league in the world, what he did, the boy did, was a free kick. He's taking the goalkeeper right out the game, whether he meant to or no, make no difference. But he meant to. That's it. I'll tell you that.
All right. So obviously, if McGregor's injured, Fods will come in. That's the way I see it.
Yep.
Pretty simple. And then who's on the bench? McCrory? McCrory's on the bench? I would think so, huh?
The goalkeeper.
Yep.
I know
Robbie.
Robbie.
On the bench.
Sino out loan somewhere.
He's number 3 at the moment. Number 3 at the club.
For some reason, I was thinking he was out in loan. Ayr United or something like that.
I'll check it out, Rich. I'll check it out. Anyway, so that would make the team interesting because obviously Barker goes out. So will Kent start? What do you think, Bridge?
100%. 100%.
Did you not pick up the bit about injury?
Kent's I heard. I didn't actually quick pick everything up, but what I heard was that he's got something and they're looking after him. Right now, but it might not be. It might be a follow-on for the original injury that kept him at the long time.
They've got to manage him.
Yeah, that's it. So they'll make their mind up. Obviously, I would love it if he starts. Most assuredly, they love it if he starts.
Talking about goalkeepers again, Andy Firth. I forgot about Andy Firth.
Andy Firth. There you go.
He'll be the third choice. So.
Yeah. So there's got a choice in it. If he wants Kent fit for the cup, League Cup semi-final, then they might take that chance and not play him. But then he does need to get some game time in as well, Well,
it depends. It depends what the injury says, Bridge. If the injury says,
absolutely, they'll look after him that way,
All right, I'm sure they'll get it right. Let's assume that Kent's going to be playing. So I'm going to go with. I've got a funny feeling he'll go with the same back four, Stevie. I just think he's going to go for continuity there now.
Aye, I would go with the same. Yep, I would go with Tav, Golson, Hollander and Barisic. 100%, that's who I would go with. I mean, Big Hollander played out his skin there again. Absolutely brilliant. And he's a heater just before the one he scored with a corner, and he done brilliant with that and all. I would definitely play him. He's on form. You've got to keep him in the team, man. I would say the back four, yes.
He's certainly making himself a popular player with the fans now. I always thought he would be as good as he is, and I think he's got a lot more to come that we've not seen yet. And what a difference it makes to the other players that are playing on the left-hand side of the pitch. It makes a big difference when you distribute the ball properly. I'm not blaming anybody for bad passes or anything like that, but when you've got people who can actually pass the ball, your Barisic, I mean, for goodness sake, what a transformation to that guy. What a transformation. Fantastic.
So anyway, if people want to join us, give their thoughts on what the team will be and how it's going to go tomorrow night. The number is Bridge.
The number's 0141 356 1972.
I never heard you there.
Oh, sorry, 0141 356 1972.
That was a lot smoother. Or you can join us at Skype at rangersradio.online where you brought in the call with the one and only old school Bluer Fox. So, midfield. Is Jack going to be fit? Is Stephen Davis going to be fit? There's a few conundrums in there, Stevie.
There's no half. I was thinking that. Who they're going to play is the holding midfielder, the defensive midfielder there. I would honestly say I would give Ryan Jack or all the rest. I'd play Davis. I'd play Stevie Davis. He's playing great now. I would play him if he's available. I noticed during the game he got a wee niggle and he was kind of moving with a bit of discomfort at one point. But I don't know if he ran it off or no. So, and again, we don't know how far Ryan Jack is on, but I would definitely play Stephen Davis if it was left to me to do anyway.
I think that Stephen Davis got his foot trampled on by one of these big animals playing against him on Sunday there. That seriously, I have never liked Motherwell as a team. In some parts of the game they play very well, good interchanging, but really and truly this and continuous fouling, continuous blocking. That daft block.
Frustrating to watch, Bridge.
Oh, really and truly.
We've been joined by a caller, evening caller.
How we doing? It's Jim 115 here again.
How we doing,
Hello,
Jim?
How are you doing?
No bad. I've not been on for a wee while. You're probably
We've missed you, mate. We've missed you.
I know. Just so I hear a few of the boys saying there, drop this one, drop that one. I think the weekend proved again, I don't think we can be affording to drop our big players in it. And I think the weekend proved it again. With Ryan Jack out, Morelos out the team. I don't think, seriously guys, that we can be affording in it to be dropping anybody. Because I still don't think we're good enough to be dropping people. And the weekend proved it again.
What you're saying is we're second string, we're first 11s, we're first 11 and the ones coming in are fillers. Is that what you're saying?
I do believe that, yes. And I think the weekend proved it. I think the weekend proved it again.
I think I read somewhere that somebody in somebody's opinion, my three best players never started, and that was Ryan Jack, Morelos, and Ryan Kent. I mean, I would always throw McGregor and Stephen Davis into that mix, but it's a point of view, and I get where he's coming from. Bridgman.
Yeah, you can't. Jimmy's right there. You don't want to have people call you Jimmy. Well, let's call you Jimmy. Is that all right?
No, don't call me Jimmy. I'm a Tim.
You're a Jim. Okay. Right. So just in case I touch.
Did you say I'm a Tim?
No.
Oh, there's no chance to get up out of the way, boy.
But Jim, I think Jim's right. We speak about these things a lot, and up to the present moment, I don't think MD really wants to change the back four and the goalkeeper, but the goalkeeper's injured, so it's going to be Wes Fotheringham and the same back four. I think most folk would agree with that. We might be struggling a wee bit in midfield because of injury. I don't know if Davis is still carrying that wee injury, that wee knock. We don't know if that will happen. And the others who are just seen to be carrying, maybe they'll be fixed up for come Wednesday night. I don't know. But that's where I think at the present moment, if you've got Stevie Davis injured and Ryan Jack doesn't still make it, and Ryan Kent's still carrying a wee bit, then it's going to have to be a makeshift, to all intents and purposes, a makeshift midfield. But let's hope all these guys that we're speaking about are all fit and able to do it. And Arriba's there, no problem. Arriba should be. I don't think he's injured, so he should be able to slip in anywhere. Kamara, now Kamara went home no well, didn't he? So we don't know. We don't know whether he's back and under the fold. I don't think we heard McAllister saying anything about that.
Depends what it is, mate. If you had the sniffles,
of course, it might have been a cold or a wee bit sickness. He should be okay. Let's hope. But you're right. What you were saying was you're starting to see we've got these, let's say 13 or 14 really key players, and if any one of them get injured, and if you end up with 2 getting injured or 3, you start getting shorter players.
I think the point he's making, Bridge, is the 3 of them are on the bench.
Yeah, I'm saying that. No, that's what we would said. We agreed that the probability is that these players probably shouldn't. We're no good enough. Jim's right. We're not quite good enough to be, shall we say, resting 3-star players. So the manager needs to do a wee bit more jiggery pokery with the squad for what he classifies as the easier games. He might classify Ross County as an easier game and rest up a few more. I hope it doesn't help him. Yeah, because it wins the 3 points.
That was your team, Tim. That was your team.
Sorry,
that was your
team.
team.
Well, I would keep the back 4 probably as it is. Midfield, it's going to be Davis and Jack and one other. I think Scotty Arfield's another one I don't think he's kicked a ball for Rangers this season, personally. But again, I'm not going to criticise the guy. Up top, I would go with Morelos. What's his name? The boy for
Kent.
the big boy Stuart and one other. But I think the more I makes one of these games, guys, this Melbourne, they're no mugs. They're a big physical team. We type player. I think we could be. I think the Heats needs to be on at the Mora. I know we're getting into these away games lacklustre. I think the Mora makes one of these games. We cannot afford to be getting up there lacklustre against this team. How bad do you think they are? They're a big physical team and they could put themselves about a game, by the way. So I think the Mora night, we're going to need to be on it.
Right, Stevie, what do you think of? I mean, the point of view, Kent, Ryan Jack, Morelos, no starting, you struggle. If you had the rope points, people would have been pointing fingers.
Hi, it's Jim there. Jim, how you doing? Big Stevie for the drum here.
How you doing, big
Jim, I was on the way to the game on Sunday when I heard the team. I was a wee bit apprehensive. I thought, oh dear, too many changes. Is that the right team? We're maybe taking this as too casual approach here the day. We should have played our best team and get the job well done with. You know, I'm no one for making a lot of changes, but I must admit, he's got it right. I mean, he's got it right again. Against Porto, I was like, wow, I never seen the boy Barker being in the team against Porto at all, and he done that as well. I think it's all down to the wee niggling injuries and stuff like that, mate. And we don't know if Kamara's better, if Jack's there, Davis has got a niggle, and you just don't know. But I'm really assured inside that no matter what team we play, we should be able to cope with Ross County. Players sitting on the bench at Sunday, I mean, when you're fighting for a title, I don't think that's a great. As I said at work this time, we got the 3 points. That's what we set out today. So you've got to say that you got it right. I just think that sooner or later that might come back to bite us. But Morelos, Ken and Thingme sitting on the bench. No, you can't have that. Your top player sitting on the bench. No, for me, definitely no. I would try and get as much of a settled team as possible, and then when you've got niggles, bring him out and put him in, 1 or 2 here or there. But again, how can you say it against Gerald? One game for me, he's got it wrong all season.
I'm not saying anything against Steven Gerrard. I just don't.
I know
that.
I know that.
I just don't think we can be afford to be dropping our big players again, because I just don't think. I don't think as many teams can touch us when we're on our game. But see, when we're not on our game, I think they can be a wee bit vulnerable.
Well, that goes without saying, Jim. Can I give you my team, Ox? Yeah.
No.
All right.
because we'll be joined with Smurf.
Oh,
Evening,
Smurf, how you doing?
Not bad. How yourself?
All right, pal, all right.
That's the game.
Just now you can use your team, Bridge.
Right, I'm just going to give you my team. What I think,
Then we'll go to
providing,
Smurf.
of course, injuries allowing, right?
Yeah,
It's Wes Fotheringham, Tav, Goldson, Helander, and Borna Barisic. Jack, Davis, and Kamara. Stewart, Morales, and Kent. That's what I'm putting it. And obviously there'll be subs in there that'll be able to handle.
Give me that midfield
Jack,
again.
Davis, and Kent. Jack Davis and Kamara. Apologies, Kamara.
Right. Okay. So you're assuming quite a lot there.
Yes, I'm assuming that there's no injuries. That's what I'm saying. I'm assuming no injuries.
All right. Okay. Talking to somebody who's always 100% fit. How are we doing, Smurf?
I'm doing all right. Just get my wee point was that just picking up what the guys were saying there, and I've been listening in the last few days. What you've been saying yourself, if you're fit enough, you made the point. If you're fit enough to be on the bench, you should be playing. Do you think that when you get guys that are nursing wee niggles and injuries that ordinarily would be first picks and on the pitch, but he's got them on the bench because they're nursing knocks and that? Does that no show a great sort of lack of confidence in the jersey fillers, as it were? And then further down the line, does that no suggest that they've got the procurement wrong in the close season?
Oh. All right, thanks for the call, mate. We'll take about that'll take us a bit to unravel that.
Don't come to me, I'm pleading the fifth.
For a start, you better tell Bridge about procurement this, right?
We know all about procurement, don't you worry about that. No,
I'm trying, but my point... Sorry, go on.
Just for the record, Big Steve, it's not the same as reset.
I don't. Obviously, up to now, what we've seen is the procurement that we got.
Oh, I love it, Bridge. I love it.
The procurement we got over the close season, the transfer window, has proven to be very, very good. The one player that we haven't actually seen the best of is Ryan Kent, and that's going to come. And he was a big signing. I'm delighted with the way our boys are playing, and I'm quite happy with the transfers that we've done. Some of these boys that we've brought in are going to be absolute stars for us, and that's for sure. And you've seen, unfortunately, last season we never got the best out of Borna. You're starting to see the best of Borna. We brought in Helander. It took the best part of 2 months before he started to shine. You're seeing him shining now. And these guys are absolutely brilliant players. You've got a young lad, we've got the almighty George Edmondson. He's going to come in. And you've still got a young boy, Katic, we bought him 2 years ago or 2 seasons ago. So I'm delighted with what our purchases. Got up front, that boy Brandon Barker. Wow, what a wee player he's going to turn out to be for us. I'm quite sure of it. Ojo, well, we know he's a loan, and the boy King, another loan. So the probability is they're not going to play that much between now. I don't think anyway, between now and the end of the season. Although, in second thoughts, I think Ojo, when he came on for the 10-15 minute spell against Motherwell, he was very good. Best he'd played for us.
So what about Polster? Playing against these physical teams, he's got a bit of pace. He's a big, powerful boy. Doesn't he get a look in? You've got the young.
He's going to get in the team first, isn't he?
Aye, and you've got the boy Dockett. But what I'm saying is, when you've got guys like Arfield, it's no kicking a ball now. There's certain players on the at it as you, and I'm not saying every time somebody's a bad game, drop them, but over 5 or 6 weeks, he's not really been at it. And I don't suppose his international career helps with that either. But you would just be thinking, how come Docherty's not getting in there if he's not at it? What are these other guys not getting a game for?
Mm-hmm. Well, first thing you've got to do, you've got to get in the squad, ain't you? And then try and get a shot and then try and get a start. And Docherty's not even near the squad at the moment, is he?
No, I get that. But
it tells you you can take it two ways. He's unlucky. There's people in his position dead well, or you can take it two ways that the manager feels he's got to be developed.
So when you've got a big squad, and we've got a bloated squad, but he's got a core of about 14 players that he trusts.
Aye, for a comment.
And these other guys, should we not be trying to get rid of these guys, which I'm sure that they want to do anyway, some of them at least.
That's
and
the hardest thing in football, mate, at the moment.
Aye.
For all clubs trying to get rid of players, because obviously if you give people contracts, maybe good contracts, you're not going to tell clubs you don't want them, because they'll be saying, well, we'll give you half the money you paid for them.
Aye.
It's the hardest thing in football, getting people at the door at the moment. Stevie, for the drum.
It certainly is. I mean, we had Matt Allen there who had done a fantastic job, and he done all he could do for us. And I thought over his piece, he was absolutely fantastic for us, shipping players in and out. But the new guy that's come in, I don't really know much about her, anything like that. But I'm sure once he gets his tootsies under the desk, Rangers have to get him on board for nothing. I think he'll do a good job, that boy too. But what's Murph saying there? He's probably a pool of 14 players that's tried and trusted, and the rest are all. What I was saying there, Smarty, I just think that Gerrard's probably just doesn't think at this point in time that the other ones are good enough to come in to the squad, never mind the starting 11. It's just as plain and simple as I try not to read into everything. I just think he's got the tried and trusted 14 players. Everybody else is just kind of borderline. As you say, Polster's a big, strong boy. Greg Docherty's built like a junkie's dog. I just think basically somebody laughing there. I just think, as I said, it's just that I wouldn't read into it too much.
Gag.
Is that junkie's dog you're walking about with?
You always see a junkie's dog, but it's always fitter than him, you know what I mean? So, no, seriously, I just think Gerrard's probably, I don't think he might fancy young Docherty. And that's just how I feel. I think he should have sent Greg Docherty back out on loan this season, to be honest.
You're assuming that he never, and maybe there's a scenario where Greg didn't want to go on loan.
Aye.
I mean, it's just the rest are just jersey fellas with no look in. And they can't get near the squad. If we no got something wrong here, we no better just having, academy boys getting pulled through. You see very good showing.
I'm not ready. You need experience. I mean, we are quite a young side. When you look at it, I'm going to bring Fox in there, who watches a lot of the youth football and studies.
Aye.
But I mean, you've got it's all right. But we want boys, but you can break them as well as make them if you put them in too soon. You've got look at the job he's doing with Katic. Look at the boy Edmondson. They're slowly gaining experience, European football, playing in big games. A couple of years' time, they two are going to be excellent players. And hopefully, they'll be excellent players with us. But it's all about the pace and getting it right. You can break them as well as make them.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Fox, how we doing, mate?
Evening, mate. I'm in the middle of a penalty kicks thing with the new.
I'll leave you with it.
The young Rangers coach have dragged themselves back into this game against Solihull for 3-1 down. A double by Grezda has brought them back to 3-3. We're in penalty kicks just now. And Solihull Moors have missed their first penalty kick.
All right, you come back.
Go to Rangers.
Come on, Rangers.
Leicester might be playing them all right now.
2 goals, We were just slagging him a wee bit there earlier on. There he scores 2 goals. Wow. Just sod's law, innit, that one?
We're fickle as lot. I've not been... Smurf, forget your point. I mean, we've got a squad. You've got to get it. There's guys... I mean, Arfield's not playing great. But I think the manager puts a lot of trust in him.
Aye.
And he might have a man in the team and rest him, but I tell you, if you're playing Celtic next week, I bet you Arfield's in the team.
Aye. I don't think...
Yeah,
I don't think we can win a league with 14 players, but you know what I mean.
Well, I bet you we've used more than that already.
Oh, say for instance, Tav's not been playing great.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And you've heard McAllister there on his presser. They're behind him 100%, and he brings a lot to the table as far as what he was saying. You know, the big boy posters there, you know, as Murph was saying, Tav's not been playing that great. These guys must be looking and saying, right. But it's just a case, I wouldn't read into it too much. I just think that these guys knew for the off that they were going to be fringe players, and it would need to be an injury and somebody else getting a knock for these guys to get in. I just don't think that Greg Docherty's ever going to get into the pool this year at all. I mean, I really don't, you know, and I think it's maybe, I know it'll be breaking the heart for the boy because he's a blue nose and stuff, but if I was Greg Docherty, I don't think I would have rather been out on loan and got games somewhere than sit in the bench, sit in the bench, not even getting on the bench, sit in a squad of players and not even get thought of, you know. But you'll see what January brings. You'll see what this new guy Rangers have brought in. I can't mind his name, but
Wilson, the boy Wilson.
Ross Wilson.
Ross Wilson.
You said about 14 players, but think about it. We've used four centre backs. We've used 3 people at left back. Tav at right back. There's 8. There's Fodderill's played in league games.
But they're no all trusted, are they? Let's be honest. I'm talking about 14 players that he trusts. They're no all trusted. You know, he doesn't trust Halliday. He's not even anywhere near it now. Do you see what I mean? There's guys that, if they can patch up, they'll be on the bench. And if I was fully fit and there was a patched up guy on the bench, you've got to be saying to yourself, I'm wasting my time, you know.
But that's football, isn't it?
Of course it is, aye. But I think going forward, you know, next season, I'd rather they brought in 2 or 3 players than you know, he's brought 20 players, 22 players or something or 2 a year. I'd like to just see him concentrate more on quality than quantity, and then, you know, to be challenging these guys. You know, if you're bringing in a right back or a left back or whatever it might be, he shouldn't be as a backup player. It should be somebody that wants to take that guy's jersey and you should be bringing him in knowing he's got the tools and he's locking to do it.
That's hard. Recruitment's hard, mate. It's like every sign you make's a gamble. You need a bit of luck, right, man?
Yeah, I think I've mentioned this before. When you think about the guys that we're trying to bring through, as you say, Tavernier, anybody who's an understudy to Tavernier is going to have a hell of a job getting into the Rangers team, because he's just an athlete, and he's up to very recently, he's hardly put a foot wrong. He's always there. He's a captain. So just imagine that boy Polster saying, "I want to play for the Rangers." My goodness gracious, you know, he's going to have to sit in the wings, and I think one of the boys said, Eric Stevie, it's going to maybe be an injury before he gets in. Andy Halliday, you can't ask for a better guy to be in your squad. He'll be a squad player, but the squad's moved on. The quality in the squad has went up the way. Although some games you wouldn't think so, but in reality, it's gone up the way. We're a far higher quality squad team than we were last season. And you can see it. You can see it in a lot of the games. If you don't beat Aberdeen, 5-0 Ibrox, you know what I mean, without being playing well. So we've got a squad that can play well, and it's difficult for the boys to get into that. And that's always going to be the case. And as we go forward, you get into Christmas time, there might be a couple of pounds available in the transfer kitty. You're going to buy more quality. So some of these guys aren't going to get there. But they're, just for saying, I'm going to just throw this in, because Eros Grezda scored 2 the night, and I think he scored a penalty as well. So we were just, I'll blame myself this time. I was saying how poor he's been, and my God, he's come out and he's done that. So you never know, that guy might, that might be him getting back in again. And I'd really love him to get back in, because I thought when he first came to us, I thought he was a really good player, really tricky, but he never done it. Now he got a chance. Now he's got a chance. He's caught their eye. I don't want to say too much more.
What's your problem with 14 players, mate? Maybe then another half a dozen, maybe 8 back up. What's the problem with that? Is you can't have 22 guys on maximum wages, mate. You need to try and pace it right.
No, I appreciate that. Absolutely appreciate that.
Uh,
But there's guys that are injured that would normally be first picks. They're sat on the bench because, you know, and maybe they can nurse them through a game or 40 minutes or whatever. There's guys that are clearly not playing well that are getting picked anyway. And I think maybe in teams where that they have maybe had a stronger squad, maybe these guys would be dropped. You know, if you're no, you know, if Arfield's not playing well, consistently not playing well, should he be in the team? Well, the answer's no. If there's somebody that could step in and do a better job,
it depends what the manager sees. If he's telling
of course,
Arfield,
absolutely, that's a given.
That's what we don't know.
But we need, you know, obviously the play. To me, if you bring somebody in a position to challenge somebody for somebody's jersey, and that guy's not playing well consistently, and you're not getting a look in, then the manager obviously doesn't rate the guy that's backing him up.
Maybe there's a bit of that. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
I think it's early days, Big Stevie.
Aye. Listen, I just see things how they are. You know, I just think that again I get back to, you know, Smart maybe was saying, right, Arfield's not playing good. How's he still in the team? Get him out, get somebody else in. It's all what he sees at training. It's the full package that we don't see. You know, I just think he picks the team that he thinks going to be best to play the opposition. And if Arfield's had a crap game one game and he thinks he's going to be the best man for the job the next game, it's just a tried and trusted. I just don't read into it too much. I think everybody at some point will have a bit to play, but the guys full of a field like Greg Docherty, and I just don't think they'll get a sniff at all until somebody with a bad injury.
I get that.
By the way, you need a bit of luck in football. It might be a couple of injuries get you in the team and then you don't look back, you know?
Aye, and this is it. Get an opportunity to shine.
Aye, you just need a bit of luck. I mean, if the guy in front of you's played well every week, maybe we'll use Tav. I mean, Tav up until the last few weeks Fox was always banging the drum about him, how consistent he was, and assists and up and down that park. There's been a couple of games he's been shocking defensively. So,
can I give you a wee example? I mean, Morelos got suspended last year a few times, and then fun that wee system with the phone. We started talking about a forum. Can you remember that?
Aye, when Morelos went out the team.
Aye, Morelos went out the team and Defoe came in and we hit a bit of forum. And it's just your Donald Duck. It's just how scenarios come about. You know, and I just think, Stevie G has, for me, got it right up until now. The teams that he's picked, where we are in the league, my league position, and where we are in Europe, I think he's got it right, apart from 1 or 2 games. A couple of games we've not really played great, but we never get beat. You know what I mean? And in the one game against the Manchester, we totally set up wrong all together, but we're totally set up wrong. No Morelos and no White players, we totally set up wrong. And I'm cutting him a bit of slack because he's got it right every other time. You know, and he's got the pull. He sees who's doing the damage at training. He sees who's nervous and who's no, and who's got confidence and everything else. So I just think it could be a mixture of things, but I try and, as I say, I just don't read into it much.
Hogstaff, can I come in on that?
Of course.
Just to say that there's an awful lot of guys, particularly on our panel, our forum here, and they do like the boy Docherty, and they're all, everybody's confused and wondering why that lad is not getting his shot. Now, I'm not going to say what I personally feel about him, but I think there's an awful lot of guys would really like our manager to come out and say, or somebody to turn in and say that Docherty isn't quite ready yet or something like that, or he's carrying a knock or whatever. Because it's these guys have been asking for
You're never going to say that, mate.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. A lot of folk are asking.
Can you remember obviously the debacle at Parkhead with Kenny Miller, and obviously, after that game, never get a look in. Wallace never get a look in. Obviously, what happened behind the scenes afterwards, whatever it was, obviously, we're no privy to that.
Oh, well, you might know, be.
Oh, maybe you are. Right, okay. So, what I'm saying is, was the boy Docherty, I'm sure I read in a fucking tabloid somewhere, that he was sort of implicated in it at a much sort of lower level.
There was a major fallout that day. Obviously, the two of the senior players questioned a lot of it going. There was players falling all over the place. There might have been a bust up between, say, Alfie and Greg, and it's never been healed. You never know. These things happen in dressing rooms all the time.
Do you think that is still affecting that boy to this day in terms of his chances of making it at that club?
No.
Right, okay.
I'll tell you the biggest thing is affecting Greg Docherty. Getting into the team, the boy's got a lot of heart, he tries hard, he's got a bit of skill.
Decision making.
Yep, that's the biggest thing. And you've got two world-class midfielders who could do it, watching them and saying, brilliant, brilliant, son, brilliant. Oh, and that's what Greg's got to add to his game to move to the next level.
Aye, that's self-evident, no. I get that.
Aye. Well, only my opinion, of course. I'd love it to make it and be a start. Stevie?
The problem Greg Docherty's got is what we were talking about earlier on was we've got my three best players sitting on the bench, so how's he going to manage to go on? Do you know what I mean? We spoke about it earlier on with Morello and
Ryan Kent.
Anyway,
Ryan Jack.
Ryan Jack, Morello Kent sitting on the bench. I mean, how's Greg Docherty going to go onto the bench for the three? Do you know what I mean?
My point is exactly that. Should, if you've got guys that are half fit or nursing injuries or whatever, should they just not be on the bench at all, healing, getting fit, and when they come back, that they're fully fit?
I see that.
Do you see what I'm
saying? I think everybody's on page with you, mate. I think everybody agrees with what you're saying.
In principle,
100%.
You know what I mean?
Aye. I mean, listen, I like Greg Docherty, right? He's a wee blue nose. I was with him in Greece there at the start of the year there. Right. I was in Greece with him, and I think he's a great guy. He's a nice boy. He's very quiet. He doesn't touch the booze. He's a bang-on guy. Me personally, I just don't think he's going to get into that Rangers team. And it's a gut feeling that I've got. I don't think he's going to have to go somewhere else to come back if he's going to get back into that Rangers team. And that's just how I feel about not just him, there's other ones that's not going to get there either. And I totally on page with what you're saying, Smurf, but I go and support the team wherever I have in my body, and you've got to be honest, when some of them aren't going to make it, they're not going to make it. When some of them have a bad game, you've got to say, and I just don't think Greg Docherty's going to make a grade, mate. I really don't.
Anyway, gentlemen, we'll start the time of the evening. Get yourself a mute.
Just go with it before you go.
All right, Fox, in you come. Give us a quick report. Everybody's waiting.
The Young Bears won the penalty kicks, mate, and are through to meet Wrexham in the next round.
Yeah. Oh, Wrexham, here we come. Give us a tune.
How many years ago, my boys, I left the Glasgow town. I followed the pull of the Yankee land and here have settled down. Although I'm in so Bridgeton Cross and my friends so near and dear, what I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can talk of California where the sun shines all the year. You can bomb about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. We're the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean that's quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can buck up California where the sun shines all the year. You can bum about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with gladness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. For they're the finest team in all the land, and I'm sure that you'll agree. To see them win is something grand, it's part of history. We're the boys who fear no noise, my lads, and I mean that's quite sincere. What I would give if I could have the Rangers over here. You can talk of California where the sun shines all the year. You can bomb about your Broadway light so clear. But it would fill my heart with sadness, it would fill my heart with cheer if we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers over here. If we only had the Rangers over
here. Bridgeman.
If we only had the Rangers over here. I love that, man. I love these songs.
I bet you sung that when you were in South Africa, eh?
Oh, jeez, you better believe it. I sung a lot when I was in South Africa.
Oh, that was a fantastic bit of information there. Fox, we came in and told us that's a great result for the young kids against the senior pros are playing against, eh?
I think
so. Anyway,
I think they were physically at a disadvantage tonight, but the young Colts stuck to their task. A goal for Jamie Burjonis in the first half and two for Eros Gresna in the second half, put them back in the game, and they were successful with all four of their penalty kicks, and Budenaukas saved the last penalty kick to come for Solihull, and we're through to meet Wrexham. 3 cheers for Graham Murty and his young kids.
What round's that, Fox? Is that them getting into quarterfinals?
Quarterfinals, I think, mate.
They get past that. A massive crowd for that game. People really interested in it. What a fantastic. But doing a lot of things right at the club, Fox, huh?
Well, our youth have surprised everybody with the competitions that they've been in there the last 2 years. They won the Alcast Cup. They've won another big competition as well, and I think that was in Slovenia or something like that. And they're meeting and taking on teams much more physical than themselves and managing to survive these rounds. Nothing but praise for Graham Murty and his lads.
Here. But let's get them into the first team. That's a big thing. Stevie?
Aye. That's just what we're talking about there, isn't it?
Well, Jamie Burjonis has just moved towards the first team. He's been told to join the first team squad in training, so there's some of them starting to make the move, which is good for us.
Well, see, we even get one a year, guys. I'd be delighted with that. if we get one Gudgeon every year, I would bear the moon with that.
Oh, that's good, mate. If you've done that, mate. I think if you really looked at it, if you got one every 3 years, you're still doing. I'm talking about a first team regular. You're doing really, really well.
Oh, 100%. I agree.
Saves you a fortune, and then obviously if the boys are all competing, they become assets for the club. Smurf, and you come, mate.
Oh, well, that's it. It's saving you money in transfer fees, and even if they go on to leave a club for a big transfer fee themselves, so turning a coin, isn't it? I mean, it's the name of the game. You want to improve the team and improve a squad as cheaply as you can, and I think the academy's the way ahead in it. But as you say, you're not going to get players the calibre we need coming through every 5 minutes. It's, as you say, it's one every 3, 4, 5 years, isn't it, really?
Yeah, you did well then. I mean, obviously the class of 92 is unique, Bridgeman, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it's not long ago we saw Burjonas playing in the first team, Rangers first team, and he did well for himself. He never let himself down, and he stuck with it. He's getting put down the ranks again as the better quality players have come in, and he realises that. Now he's, by the sound of it, he's going to get a wee chance. He'd be invited to join the first team pool. That's fantastic news. So that young boy looked really well built and could look after himself. That's what I thought when we saw him. Not a bad young player. Yeah. So he could be one of these ones that's going to make it, providing he gets a chance and he takes it. That's what he needs to do. Take his chance.
Yes.
Me and Jimmy were up there, as you know, at the Europa League game. The young boys up for Hull there, and the ones that stuck out for me was Kai Kennedy, Coombs, and the boy Madubi. Is it up front? Is it Madubi?
Mm-hmm.
Or no, Fox will be able to tell you. They were the kind of stick-outs for me, and they were the boys brilliant in that All-Class Cup that Fox was telling us about there. There's a right few good players there, so there is coming through. But the boy Janice getting to train with the first team pool, that's absolutely fantastic. If you're the rest of the young boys and you're seeing him going to do that, it would make you all the more determined. I want to do what he's doing. I want to train with the first team. So it all makes great for the club. And what you were saying there, our club's come on the last 2 years where we've been and where we're, never mind the youth system, just as a total club, from top to bottom, we've come on leaps and bounds. The one thing our clubs never wavered was the support. But listen, as a total club, we've come on leaps and bounds. But the youth system now is probably the best it's been in many a year. Absolutely brilliant.
Maybe ever, mate, if we're being honest about it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't want to go right down there. I'm glad you said that. But I totally agree. I think it's the best we've ever seen. Some of the football young, and as Fox is saying, they're going and they're competing and against your Ajaxes and teams like that, and they're holding their own. They're competing. There's never a game where they've really been embarrassed, I don't think. So, the youth setups look good and a few wee diamonds in the dirt there, maybe. So that's why I said even if you get one a year, the way we're going the new with that youth setup would be brilliant. But as you said, in reality, even if you get one every 2 or 3 years, would be good first team player. The money you could make, but as a business. But no, brilliant. I'm pretty pleased with where the youth set up the new, and Graham Murty's done a fantastic job. I mean, let's be honest, the boy came in and then he could tell it was caretaker manager, and then he could tell it was they get the job, and he went back and done his youth set up again. He's never said a bad word or nothing about nobody. He's kept his head down and got on with it. And a big thanks to him for where he's got that youth set up tonight. Brilliant. Well done.
Do we not get any coefficient points for that one, Fox?
No. By the way, we're forgetting about boys like Stephen Kelly and Robbie McCrory and Zach Rudden, who are all out on loan. So they'll be closer to the first team than some of the young boys that's taking part in these other competitions. So they're there and just outside the squad. They've just got to make that jump, and it's a big jump now under Steven Gerrard in the first team because he's looking for something special for them, you know.
Aye. See just when I was saying there about Jimmy, can I give a shout out to Jimmy's wife? JFK's wife, she's not keeping too good, and I was down to see them tonight and he was kind of running about looking after her, and I just want to say on behalf of everybody here at Rangers Radio, Jimmy, I hope your good lady's alright, buddy, alright?
Well said, Big Stevie, and I hope you're alright, Jimmy. Hope you're alright, pal. Keep it going.
I can imagine being a very patient carer, JFK.
Well, I didn't want to say it, he's got the nurse's outfit on.
Say no more.
We'll leave it there.
Oh, is that what he was wanting to speak to you about last week, Fox?
A spare one.
I lent him nothing, mate. Lent him nothing.
That makes sense. It's all coming together now. I didn't know the nurse's outfits that size.
I really do hope that he's okay and his wife's all right.
You're here, mate. I'm here. I'm sure JFK will stand up and do what's correct. Comes with good stock, that boy.
Can we go back to what Foxy was saying about the youngsters we've got out on loan?
Aye.
And we have to have a wee reality check.
Don't go into it too deep because
no, I just wanted to say
young Port Bear's been doing a lot of work on it and he's got some he's looking at a lot of stuff.
He's wanting to look at
it in the international break.
No, I was just going to say, based on the names that Foxy mentioned there, the likes of the boy McCrory, the young goalkeeper, based on if we're going to keep Alan McGregor for the next couple of seasons, which we would like to do. The youngsters that are out in loan, like that boy McCrory, he might never get back to Rangers. He just might never get back.
Foderingham will go and then everybody moves up one behind.
Well, if that happens, like that'd be brilliant. Not that we want to get rid of him in any way, shape or form, but yeah, you're right, the natural progress takes place.
That's what happens, you know.
Yeah.
Great result, Fox.
Aye, that was totally unexpected for me. Let's hope they can do Wrexham. I think Solihull's already beat Wrexham this season, so it gives us a wee idea form-wise.
It'll be interesting to see what the English media, if we can pick up something, because they'll be saying they'll know it's a very, very young side, you know.
Aye, I don't think half of them down there can get their head round that there's English teams in a Scottish competition, you know.
I struggle with it myself right enough, but
me too.
And the Scottish teams win.
Wonder who refereed that. Was it a Scottish ref or an English ref?
No idea. He wouldn't get a big game like
that. He's got our big game, as you know. Is he look at the final?
Those Solihull Moors, the Peaky Blinders boys, and the Billy boys have went down and beat them again.
The Billy boys.
Dear.
Yeah.
Right, Big Stevie's left us. He's got to go up and keep the wheels of British industry turning in the morning. So I think he's a way to make his pieces, Bridge, if I'm being honest.
Well, actually, it's probably that's what he's got to do. He's got to keep himself right, you know. Keep himself right. Well, there's Tracy Killers in the lobby. It's actually beaten. It's a referee for Sunday for the semi-final.
All right.
We can't catch a break, can we? We can't catch a break at all.
I don't think it'll matter to us what referee it is, Scottish ref.
Yeah.
You know. Anyway, so if people want to join us, these are thoughts. What's the number, Bridge?
The number's 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at rangersradio.online. You've brought in a call with one of the old school blue. Fox, I don't know if you picked up the article that broke the day. There was a couple of things. Some more work completed at Murray Park, at the Hummel Training Centre, and also the fact is that Club 1872 is talking to their members about putting £500,000 into the club in shares. Fair play to them.
Aye, both good news on both fronts. I've seen pictures of the new newsroom at the Hummel. Looks very smart. Probably something that the managers asked for there instead of travelling maybe to Ibrox to do press conferences. I don't know if that's true or no, but I'm just assuming it is. And Club 1872 putting another roughly £500,000 into the club is very good as well.
Good news, Bridget.
Ox, I was just going to say that I read a bit of snippet that says they're trying to get an investment, and if everything goes all right, it'll be close to the £500,000. But I think I don't know if the clubs got their shares to sell. You know, I wonder if it need to be a private buy, because the clubs have consumed all the shares, they've created them and consumed them.
Well, there may be still some sitting.
Well, that's what I mean. I wasn't too sure where it is, because there's a lot of I know there's a lot of Rangers shareholders, individual shareholders who want to get back in there and buy some more shares because their share valuations have gone down after last year. In fact, it was earlier this year. So with them reissuing some shares, it's devalued the existing shares for shareholders, and I know there's a lot of them would like to get the chance of buying. It's never been announced yet, so let's hope it happens. I'm saying that might be the first one. If Club 1872 managed to get some, then there might be some out there right enough for other Rangers fans.
Aye, I mean, we've debated Club 1872 in the past, and obviously people have got opinions, Fox, but they're doing what they said they were doing. Whether you like it or no, you can't take it away from them.
Aye, big thumbs up to them and their members who are continuing to back the club. All we need now is to bring back the EBTs and we can start to get players like Alberts and that back, mate.
God save us, you.
That was just a wee one slung in there, Bridge, for all the Tims that's listening.
Tell us, Fox, would you say that when you were listening to that game tonight that there would have been somebody from the other side was listening to one of your Colt games? Is this any truth in this story?
Oh, this was true, mate. I was listening to it on the MixLR feed for Solihull, and there was one of them on making comments as per usual. But big thumbs up to the Solihull admin. I think they get rid of him kind of quick, same as we do.
It's quite hard to believe, isn't it? It really is quite hard to believe, but it is true. Why on earth these people want to do these things, I have no idea. No idea. I think there's lots of boys said it on here. You'd hardly know when they were playing, to all intents and purposes, if it wasn't blasted across the TV news or something like that. Because I have no interest whatsoever. None at all. Until they're getting beat, that is, you know.
Fox, what's your thinking? Did you hear the press conference with Gary? We've got a few doubts tomorrow. Maybe we don't even know about Stephen Davis, Ryan Jack, etc. So what's your team tomorrow night?
I think maybe McGregor will make it. I think he was just letting us know that he took a wee knock. But if no, Wes Fotheringham will be an able deputy for us. Same back four for me. And bring Ryan Jack back into the midfield and Kent up front, along with Morelos this time. And possibly Scotty Harfield moving out the midfield and going back up front again.
Is it Davis, Jack, and who else for you then?
I think when I seen the training that Kamara was back at the training today, so I would expect Kamara to come in there.
Right, so Aribo's dropping it for you?
Aye, I just don't know if Aribo's had a wee step back or something since he's had his head knock. he played well enough for his international team, but I still think he's trying to get his head around just how physical this league is, and finding the right position for him further up the field. I think if we can get him fitted in up there, he'd be much more dangerous than lying deep in the midfield.
Smith.
I've got no idea what the team will be. Same back four. But the rest of that, I don't really have a clue what he's going to play, to be honest. Who's going to start? He might bring Ojo in. I don't know. Not a clue.
We'll wait and see tomorrow night. But I think, who thinks it's a good thing then, Bridge, that the back four's slowly becoming consistently chosen?
Yeah, I think we can only benefit out of it, providing they keep going and playing as well as they are. Like, they had a wee bobble, shall we say, against Motherwell there, where for some reason or other they let the ball get through. So there was plenty of Rangers players there. That ball should never have got through there, but it did. And when it got through, it looked like it took the goalkeeper by surprise, and that shouldn't have happened either. But overall, the whole game, excuse me, I think our players played very well, particularly the defence. They handled virtually everything that came their way. They handled it very well. And I'll give them top marks for that. And as they go forward, providing they can get a consistency. And one of the great things about having a really good defence is you could take one out and put another one in because of injury or yellow cards, whatever it be, red cards and yellow cards, a accumulation of them. We should be able to exist bring one in and rotate one. We should be able to do that because the strength's there and the knowledge. So I'm convinced that that's the best, probably the best that we've got in our books. Be interesting to see, for instance, could Edmondson play alongside Helander, which I have to admit, that looks more and more tasty, but that's probably maybe another year or so down the line as a back four, because we're very good. We are very good there, and we should be able to handle everything that this league gives us, but we have to cut out the mistakes, that's all.
Yeah, fair enough. Consistent back four, Smith. You think that's the way it's going to go, or are you going to see?
I think they've, I think it's firmly established. I mean, people you hear people want to see it on forums and that sort of moaning a bit about Goldson and whatever, but Gerrard's got a lot of faith in him. I think Helander's cemented his place now. Barisic is flying, isn't he? And if Tav can get back to the levels he's hit, the dizzy heights he's hit at the past, which I'm sure he will do. I think that's it. Then I think it's a done deal, really, barring injury, or there might be certain games,
suspensions as well, mate.
Or there might be certain games that he fancies a certain horse for a certain course, But I think it's a done deal now, isn't it? He's and I think it'll be good. I think it'll be good for us.
Big Helander, Fox. I don't think there's any airs and graces about him. Simple, no nonsense defender. Is that fair?
He's no blessed with great pace, but seems steady enough. Just a good, solid defender. And people having a go at Goldson, mate, and all this bit that he's the manager's favourite. What's he done wrong in the last 6 games, mate? Absolutely nothing.
Oh, I agree.
He's been steady as a rock. He's our vice captain, and I don't think Steven Gerrard's any wish to take him out the side at the moment. Edmondson and Cottage will just have to bide their time. They will get game time, and over the next week we've got we're away to Ross County tomorrow night, a cup semi-final on Sunday, and then Porto at Ibrox in the following week, mate. We'll need to use the squad and use it well.
Mm-hmm.
Aye, well,
good point, yeah.
I thought Goldson had won his better games for us than Saturday, mate. I think he's not been. I accept your point, Fox. He's not been dreadful, but he's not been a star man. But I thought he was one of our better players on Saturday, if I'm being honest.
Solid in Portugal, along with Big Hollander. They never put a foot wrong for me. And,
everybody played well that night, and he was one of them. I give you that also.
He's a good. I can see why the manager wants to play him every week. I can see it. I don't have any problem with Goldson at all. As I said before, he's got a few bobbles in him, and we all have, because that's a level. He's that level. He'll never even if he was an English Premiership with Brighton, he would never rise too much above that. He would be a Brighton level player type of thing, and I don't think he was. So I think what his level is with us now, he might have a chance to get up to the next level, but he might never make it. So in maybe 2 or 3 years' time, you might see us buying a new centre half, or maybe before that, you might see us buying a new centre half to replace him. I'm being honest, because I don't see Katic replacing him. I don't see Edmondson replacing him per se. I think he's a really good centre half. I hope that Edmondson can step up and do the business for us. I really do. I would like to see Edmondson and Helander playing for us as the main centre halves. But Goldson, somewhere along the line, I would imagine he's going to have to be replaced. Anybody be replaced now, I've said it before, they have to be a step up. They have to be a bit step up in quality. Simple as that.
We'll see what it takes us. I mean, obviously, he was. You make a mistake against the Celtic, Smurf. It's always exaggerated and magnified amongst the supporter.
They'll never forget that, will they? Unless you score a winner in the next game. But no, that's it. You make a mistake, and it's sort of ingrained into people's minds, and it's the nature of the beast, and it's a goldfish bowl, isn't it? It's the way it is. But I suppose you've just got to judge people over the course of a season, haven't you? And I think we're in a great place, sitting this time of the year. We've got a hard group of fixtures coming up to the nerdy game, and if we can negotiate that, it's going to take a lot of leadership for the management and a lot of strength of character for the players, which is probably why he's sticking with the core that he tried and tested and trusted. And if we can come out of that, the other side, start the new year, in the same position or better, then I think we're
This is our start a 3 away league games tomorrow night.
Aye, it is, and it's okay. You're flying and you're doing well at home, but it's when you start getting a bit of congestion. It's this time of year as well, bad pitches, and even people get niggling at injuries and stuff like that. Even the temperature plays a part in it. Frozen pitches and people being cold and stuff like that. Injuries have a greater impact. They all take its toll. So we've just got to be wise in how we manage this. As Bridge says, one game at a time. It's cliched, but that's exactly what it is. Hopefully, come in the game, we're still in touching distance to the Mankey mob, and kick on.
Well, listen, we should have nothing to fear every game. We've got potential to win every game we play in this league, Bridge.
Absolutely. Me and my mentality says we're as good as anything in our league and better than at least 9 of them, and maybe better than the other one across the city on our game. So we need to get on our game. But I'm under no illusions. We'll be a Rangers fan over these years for nothing, because sometimes the bottom falls out of it, and that's all there is to it. But for me, next game is always the most important, and we need to concentrate 100% on that. We've got a big cup semi-final coming up, and for the fans, that's going to be really good and so on and so forth. But for me, this game against that mob up in Dingwall, we have to go there and beat them. I don't care what MD says, we have to go there and beat them and bring back 3 points. So we need to do it. That makes sense.
I just think Fox will have been boys doing it the Solihull game. And we're way up to Dingwall tomorrow night. Unbelievable.
Well, there was 1,500 at the game, or just under 1,600, and 450 of them were Rangers supporters, mate.
Unbelievable.
Some turn out, eh?
Oh, mad.
Brilliant.
Mental. But aye, fair play. First of 3 away games, Fox in the league. Very unusual to have 3 away fixtures, one after the other.
Aye, I don't think we're at home in the league the whole of this month, are we? I think we're away in all the league games.
November the 30th, home to Hearts, but that's potentially, is that not the day, potentially the weekend that you can have a League Cup final?
I'm not quite sure of the dates, but it must be near then anyway. These are the games and the run of games we've got. This will show you where we are. As Rangers supporters, we're hoping we can win the 3 away games and keep on the tails of them, or maybe go past them if they slip up. But I think this game tomorrow night is very, very important, followed by a more important game for me is the semi-final. I think the Rangers support want to see us in the final. They want to see us win a trophy, and it's a tough time. And then Porto to follow on the Thursday, mate. 3 big games for us. Let's hope the squad is healthy enough to see us through the 3 games and we can get 3 decent results at them, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's no Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich we're playing Smurfs. So if we let's put it in context. It's Hamilton, Livingston, and Ross County.
It is, but you see how these teams play as well. Ox, it's they're aggressive, they're physical. It's we're a better team than any of them. Get that, but it's the physicality. I mean, sometimes if we're guilty of anything, and I'm sure everybody would agree, we're a wee bit guilty of being a wee bit powder puff at times, and that we miss Jack. He sort of galvanises a wee bit. I think we miss him more than anybody possibly. But we should be beating all these teams ultimately on 90 minutes, hands down. And we've been doing that, so it's just keep doing what we've been doing,
And see where it takes us, Bridger.
Oh yeah, absolutely, pal, absolutely. We'll get some away games and it's horror stuff, What is it we've got? We're away to Ross County, and then we're at the semi-final at Hampden, and then we're away. After that, we'll get Europa League at home, fortunately, and then we're away to Livingston, and so it goes on. Then Hamilton, then away to Feyenoord. So we'll get quite a lot of away games coming up on us, and hopefully the squad are up for every one of them, and they can maintain their high standards, get the high standards set and maintain them, and we should march our way through that. We are Rangers.
Fox, I don't know if you picked up a wee bit of unrest at Feyenoord at the moment, huh?
Aye. Japstam is away, and there's talk of none other than Dick Advocat taking the reins, which would be interesting if we were to go to Feyenoord. But we just need to do what we have to do, mate. We might be struggling in certain areas of the park with injury, but we've got 2 strikers up front that are banging goals in, and they should be good enough to take us through these games, hopefully. What game would you say, and what do you think? Although it's a big game tomorrow night, if you had a choice between the 2, mate, what one would you like to see us win? Would a draw be a disaster if we were to win the semi-final? I'm just asking the question.
It wouldn't be a disaster, but I think we would then be under real pressure in games because we wouldn't want to fall further behind.
Anymore, aye.
Because we've seen this movie before, but the league's a priority for me, and I think the vast majority of the fans Smurf then, Bridge.
Aye, it's the guys. A lot of guys. They want to get a trophy on the board, any kind of trophy to sort of galvanise the team. Guys like Tav that have been there a few years now, and they've settled in and they've put all this industry and effort and busting their gut to bring success to the club. To finally see that come, the fruits of their labour, come to fruition and have something tangible to show for it. It could take us to the next level. But by the same token, as you say, it's a league game. You don't drop points no matter what. You sacrifice anything to go forward in the league. You drop 2 points in the league again. You get another draw or whatever. The league's not going to be won. But as you say yourself, by Christmas, but as you say yourself, you could have lost it by then. You can't
win it. You can't win it in this time of year, but you can damn near lose it.
And you go away and you play them in the early game, or on that piggery. You're up against it. You don't want to be going there with your back against the wall. No, at all. So
I think we're going to win both games, Fox. I'm being greedy. Take both games. Simple.
Yes,
aye, so would I. Was only asking the question, mate.
I know, that's how the show works.
I really don't think we should even think, given the situation we're in, no, don't even think past tomorrow night. Not even one jot. As far as I'm concerned, we have to win tomorrow night, and that's concentration on that fully. Obviously, we can dream. So all we can do is dream. We can say, yeah, okay, and then Sunday. Me personally, I'll be shouting and bawling for the Rangers tomorrow, and everybody will. I just can't get my mind on thinking about anything else other than tomorrow night. One game at a time philosophy. Mental as it may be, that's the way I feel, one game at a time.
Is that how they call you, Lena Martell?
Aye, exactly, one game at a time.
What
can you say, By the way,
as a player, Bridge, would you have one eye on the two up-and-coming games past Ross County, or no?
As a player, no. I would want to game at next game. I mean, we play when yourself when you're playing football. If you're playing, shall we say, representative football or even league football, if you're playing in a team, you're happy to be playing. If you're a first pick, then you're even better. But if you're in a team, you want to play well and beat the team that's in front of you. In the next game, if you get picked again, you're doing well. And that's the way of the world when you're playing football. And that's the way I've always thought about it. Only worry about what's in front of you right now. That's just the way I am, and I think the way I've always supported Rangers. But that's not to say that fans can't dream, because you've got to always go. For instance, if you're going a big away game, so you're looking forward maybe 2 or 3 weeks to make sure you've got a bus or how you're going to get there and so on. So you're doing all that planning. But when it comes to the actual football, the actual game itself, I can't look forward past the next game. Certainly, the way we are at our club, the way our club is, we're still climbing. We're still climbing up, and we've got a bit to go yet. We know that, but we're at the top of the league. That's the way I look. We're at the top of the league, and all we need to do is win the games. Just win the games. We're not asking for miracles. Just win the league games, and everything else will take care of itself. That's what we need to do.
Fox, I need to give this one. Do you the Bears put it in the lobby? A Solihull fan on Twitter said we never played their first choice 11, and it doesn't matter. A quick-witted Bear replied, mate, 6 of us starting 11 at the school tomorrow.
Brilliant reply. Brilliant. And he wouldn't be forerang there.
Brilliant, that's good. That's really good.
By the way, people are saying who are Solihull, but I think they're a wee bit like that team that
Salford,
aye, they've got money behind them and they've climbed up through that nationwide league, hoping to get into obviously the bottom tier of the professional league in England. So
I have to tell you guys, non-league football in England, you do know this, Oxford. It's a very, very, very good league and a tough league. Really, in a regional area, unbelievable players. You're playing with some of these guys and you think, how on earth they never made it? I don't know, And maybe it's just a temperament thing they've got and they can't get there. But some great games, really tough.
Well,
anyway, can I just say something about? I was just to say, there's a couple of wee things I noticed today, and I actually noticed them in follow, and one of them was about the Club 1872, which you've covered. Alfie's been selected for
yes.
the international squad again. So that's brilliant for him. And also something about the Rangers club itself, and it's the rumour about Defoe. I don't know if it's a rumour or it's actually happening, that we're going to extend his contract, and the contract is going to be player coach.
Well, we need to give him a new one because he's obviously still a Bournemouth player.
Well, I mean, that's what they're discussing, right?
He's looking to stay for 2 years, and part of his brief will be coaching, and I think that's a great move for everybody.
Fabulous. Just fabulous.
Smurf.
I'm sorry, hello.
Hello.
Aye, sorry, can you repeat that? I was doing something there.
No.
My phone's going off. Okay.
About Jermaine Defoe.
Aye.
Well, he keeps himself supremely fit, and if we get another year out of Jermaine Defoe, I'd be happy. And if it includes helping players like Alfie and some of the young strikers we've got, I'd be happy enough with it. But we can't do that. We can't keep doing that with every player. So
only certain ones, mate. It's only certain ones. Yeah, you can't take everybody. I mean, there'll be a few at the door this year. Fods will be away. Maybe Flanagan, Andy Halliday, Holt will be away. And we don't dislike any of the boys, but it's just the nature of football. You get the point about Jermaine Defoe?
Aye. I think ultimately he's, and domestically, minutes on the pitch, he's the most prolific scorer. I'm not saying he should be first pick, but that's the stats, and he's obviously still got something to offer, isn't he? So why not? And look at Alfie. Look how he's come on. He must be influencing him as well. And there's years of experience there, coaching kids coming through as well. There's more than just what he's doing on the pitch, isn't there, to it? So absolutely, he's that's a no-brainer for me. Extend his contract.
You're worried about this, Fox? We give everybody coaching roles. It's not going to happen for everybody. It'll be certain people. It'll be very few.
The point I would probably like to make, I mean, when the likes of Defoe, Alan McGregor, Steve Davis came, all at the end of their careers, and we weren't saying it, but people were saying, oh, that's a bad move. But it's proved that there have been three consistent players for us this season, showing their good quality. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next transfer window if we seen another really experienced player coming to Ibrox either.
That would be fantastic, Foxy. That would be fantastic.
But you've got to pick the right ones. I mean, we fell into the trap before, bringing players up who don't do anything for us. But the backroom staff picked their targets well. People that look after themselves, know how to play the game, and they've done well there.
Yeah.
I think, say, with McGregor and Davis, what's critical about them is they've been over the course. They've won titles at Ibrox, and that's important as well. They weren't just any guys that they brought in. He knows Defoe for the international setup. He knows his quality and his character. Apart from the obvious footballing reasons, the other reasons why he's brought him in as well. And then on top of that, McGregor, Davis, as I say, they've won titles at Ibrox. They know what it takes.
Trust me, I've seen Foxy's horses coursing distance when I've been nothing but Fox. Does it, Fox?
I'll be a lot better now. We're back to the jumps now. I like the old
back to the jumps.
On the floor.
Terry Biddlecombe's still doing it. Huh?
I'm not sure if he still weighs or no, mate, to be honest.
A great jump jockey, Terry Biddlecombe.
He's going to take a right few. He's made his donation for a flat, and he's going to take it all back after a bit of jumps, isn't he, Fox?
Oh no, I've kind of broke even there, the flat. I'm not complaining about it.
Right.
My big mucker Billy throws a few horses our way now and again, and that.
I was up at my brother's on Saturday, and he Do you mind if I put the racing on? He says he tapes all the racing. He loves a bit of horses. And I'm not dead sure. I think it was Cheltenham they were running. And my God, the water was unbelievable. It was absolutely drenched. It must have. I couldn't believe how much water was getting kicked up by the horses. But, how can you bet the horses? Surely they can't be right, you know. Wow, the crazy boy.
I can assure you, Mr. Fox's on there.
Is that right? Is Fox won a few quid then? Should we follow him?
Fox?
No, I wouldn't advise that, no.
Nice one, Foxy. Nice one. Oh boy.
There you go.
Right, Bridge, how's this game gone for you tomorrow night?
As far as we're concerned, well, we should. I must be very honest and say this. We should beat them by a number of goals. But as I said, the 3 points will do me. But we should be going up there, no matter where we go, really, in this league. We should be going there with our tails up, off the front foot, chest out, and let's go and do it. We know, and we shouldn't need to tell the players that they're the better players in the league. You know, there's some of the best players in the league playing in our team. So they need to just go and believe in themselves and just do it. No problem. Just go out there and do it. If you get beat, well, you'll get leathered with the fans. That's so, you know what I mean? They've just really got to do it. And don't let yourself down. And don't let the club down. And come away with a victory. Come away with the 3 points is all I ask them to do. 3 points. If they score 10 goals, brilliant. Brilliant.
Spuff?
Aye, I think we'll go up there. I think we'll 2 or 3 nothing. I think. I fancies tomorrow strongly. So
good man.
Aye, I've got
I'm just waiting for Mac's prediction. I'm sure we'll get it at some point. Fox, how do you see it going?
I think we'll win, but I don't think it'll be by any great margins. I think we just need to go up there tomorrow night, get the job done, and 3 points in the back pocket and back down the road and look forward to Sunday. They're not a bad wee team, Ross County. Shouldn't be a threat to Rangers, but in their home park, and to get their tails up, mate, I think they'll have a go at us.
I think they did the last time over there.
Hope so.
Was that the one that Alfredo ran in the back of the goalie last year? Was that last year, year before? Year before, wasn't it?
Was that no Motherwell, mate?
No,
I can't remember.
Remember the goalie?
Aye.
He ran around, took it off and put it in the net.
Aye.
That was brilliant, that one, wasn't it?
Do you think Morelos will start tomorrow night?
Yeah, I think he's goated for me, mate. I think we need the 3 points, mate, and he's our main man. And obviously, you don't want anything to happen to him, but I think you have to just go and play him, mate, win the game, then look at Sunday.
That's it, exactly.
I mean, County's no won a game in the last 4, so I think we'll be fine. I'm not worried about it at all. I think we'll go there and take your points quite comfortably.
Can I just say that on that basis you're speaking there, they haven't won a game, blah blah. We played Hearts who haven't won at Tynecastle since March, and we couldn't beat them.
That's a fair comment, but we didn't turn up either.
I'm saying that we couldn't beat them, so what can you say? We've got to do it.
If Rangers turn up, if Rangers don't turn up anywhere, they'll no win.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
So assuming the team turn up,
they've got to turn up. That's it. Get up the road there, show them what you're made of. Put the ball in the net a couple of times and you were laughing. And I think we should cut loose the Buffalo, let him up there and do the business. And if you get a couple of goals up at half time or in the hour, then you can bring Defoe on, get him a half, keep his legs warm. He's not injured, is he, Defoe?
No, I don't think so. No.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. But I'm not surprised with Steven Gerrard. He shocked us a couple of times with his selections, Fox.
I think but he's starting to settle down with his best team. It's injury that our players just getting a couple of wee niggles, mate, that he's changed the team. You heard Stephen Gary McAllister in his press conference was saying that he's looking to play a settled side, and it's took him a wee while to find out his best team, and when they're all fit, as we've seen in Porto, we can play some scintillating football. We don't get many games where it's open as much as it was in Porto, but now we've added players to the squad who we think can unlock defences like that. Ryan Kent, if fit, might be one of the players to do that tomorrow night. I don't know if Greg Stewart will play. That'll be between him and Arfield. Probably a lot of players would like to see Stewart because in tight positions you can find a pass and get a ball away. So it'll be interesting to see his line-up for tomorrow night. Do you think Kent will start?
It depends on this injury he's got, mate. You know, I really don't know enough about it to comment. Let's just say he's 100% fit. He's got to start for me.
Aye.
You know, I don't think we can have two with top four not playing, you know.
He's got to start. He's got to start. He's got to come out and show what he can do. Like, obviously, if he's not fit, he's not fit. There's not much we can say about that, but he really needs to start. We need to let him to show us what he can do, please. Come on now, Ryan, because I think he's a smashing wee player. It really is. Very exciting on the ball, very exciting.
What about yourself, Fox?
I would like to see him back, but then again, it's a gamble. If he's not 100% fit, I'd rather see him kept back for the semi-final, because a big park like Hampden, mate, he's going to get better room to play against Hearts, and I think he could be really influential in that game.
I think Kent and I think Ojo could do well at Hampden. That's what I think. I'm not saying he'll be a first team start, but he could certainly come on and do a turn, because you've got a lot of space out there, a lot of space, and he should be able to find enough space to do what he needs to do. That's the way I look at it. And I'm only going that based on the last 10 minutes that he got the other day. He came on quite well.
I just don't see it, mate.
You don't?
Because I know, I think it's sometimes moves don't work out for you. I think he's going to find another club in the summer.
Well, a couple of the guys turning and said the last time we saw him, and he turned and says, well, he shouldn't be playing for us, really. He's just obviously not a Rangers quality player. But he came out against Motherwell over the last 10 minutes, and a couple of them says, my goodness, that's a different Ojo. That's what they were saying. Delightfully surprised, of course, may I say.
I think, well, as we've said before, you give your critique and you've got to give in that's positive as well, haven't you? Bridge?
What was that, buddy?
If you give your critique and say, Joe Bloggs has a bad game and next week he plays well, you've got to be humble enough to admit it.
Oh, goodness, yeah, absolutely. Otherwise, you're pretending to yourself that you know what you're talking about. As far as I'm concerned, there's certain players that we've seen playing well, and I don't understand how the coaching staff can't get that level of performance out of some of these lads. It might just be the players they're playing against. It might just be the pitch that they're on. You know yourself, it could be a million different things. But when they all kick in and play together and get their interchange going, they're wonderful to watch. They really are a pleasure to watch. And that's what we want to get to, a pleasure to watch.
Anyway, Bradge, we've reached that time of the evening.
Goodness. That was good, wasn't it? What can I say? Oh, what a lovely evening once again, Oxshire. Brilliant conversations. Well done to you, pal. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, and particularly Rangers fans on here on Rangers Radio, every single one is huge game tomorrow night. Absolutely massive. So everybody get tuned into Rangers Radio and listen to the game, listen to the preamble, and then get into Rangers TV.
get in there. Keep it going for the Rangers. Every single one of us. Keep it going because the Rangers need us.
I think the game's on the TV tomorrow, Fox, isn't it?
BT1.
BT1, aye. That's what it was. I thought I seen that. Yep. Listen, can I thank everybody that joined us on the panel? Smurf, Jim who phoned in, Big Stevie for the drum, always a pleasure, Fox, Bridgeman, and of course Old School being in the background doing the technicals. Without him we wouldn't have a show. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6:45 with the teams in the build-up to Rangers versus Livingston. They'll be in the league. Take it away, Old School Blue.
I've been in exile for some years and my eyes filled up with tears when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. So I took a trip along just to hear some famous songs when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. I stood there all alone while the boys all down from home sang of Rangers, that team of great renown. And a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now on the field below, the boys put on a show, the likes they'd never seen at Molyneux. And as football it was grand, from Macmillan, Scott and Brand, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now the league flag must come nearer with men like Bobby Shearer, the way he played at Wolverhampton town. And the world forever after would sing of Jimmy Baxter, for on his head they placed that noble crown. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town. Now I knew it had to happen, I heard a mighty roar, the famous Glasgow Rangers they had scored. And the sky was white and blue, Wolverhampton shook right through, the loyal rampant Rangers had come through. There's not a team like the Glasgow Rangers, one of the famous songs they sung, and a sight I'd never seen when they sang God Save the Queen, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town, when the Rangers came to Wolverhampton town.